What's up, traders? It's your boy Ace Boogie coming to you live and direct. Want to go over a trade today. Was trading Mark, ticker MARK. This one has been on my watch list. It's probably been at the top of my watch list for the last probably 6 days or so. You see the run up. Here's the daily chart, and it's been getting increasing volume. You know, all the way up until this day, which is the 12th, where it had the blow off top and basically gave everything back. Today was his first real confirmed red day, and I was shorting. It's a pattern that's pretty reliable and predictable. So I want to go over the first red day short. All right, so let me zoom in. Right here is fine. So here's a 5 minute chart, and here's today right here on this first red day. So as you can see, it had a big dip yesterday into the close and a nice little bounce and some sideways price action. So this morning in the pre-market, it opened up and it tried to basically spike up off of that sideways price action. But I always like to use previous days resistance areas as resistance for the morning. So if you look at the bounce where it topped off at over here, it kind of topped off in this area right here. So um, ended up going sideways pre-market and ended up having a VWAP crack. So it cracked on the VWAP and had, some pretty harsh selling all the way down to the red green area. And that was, still at pre-market. So when the market opened, this is what I did and this is how I got short. Let me change it to the minute chart. All right, just move it over and we'll zoom back in so you can see what's going on. All right. So I saw it when it hit red green. It had the red green test. I made this red line, the red green area, so you see it on the chart. Actually, it's 187. Yeah, that's 188. So it came down and bounced off that area, and when the market opens, it basically tanked again and just straight up sold off all the way and went red, and it went red, probably about 2 or 3 cents. I think it went down to like 186, then popped back up. When it popped back up and went red again, I put my initial short entry in right here because shares were becoming less and less, and I knew I had to get short early if I wanted to have this opportunity. Needless to say, it did bounce. It did go red, all the way down to 182, and it bounced back up. And when it bounced, I shorted into that bounce. So I know whenever stocks crack on the VWAP and it tries to bounce back up, it usually bounces back up to VWAP. So I was able to get a decent ad right here at 195, just under VWAP. Um, so all in all, I had about 1,400 shares at a 188 average. I want to say 188 average. Oh, I feel like it was more than that. Hold on, let me check on that. She's 189 average. So yeah, that's what it was. My bad, y'all. So yeah, because I had the bulk of my shares down here, and I had a smaller ad up here. I got 1,000 down here, and then I had like 400 up here. So from 189, I had 1,400 shares, and then it went red on the day. It had a decent crack, went through the red green level, and then cracked under the previous low. So it's making new lows. So it's already looking good at this point. From there on, it basically downtrended with perpetual bounces. They get smaller. So it came down, put in a lower low, then put in a lower high. Then came down and put in a lower low, and then as you scroll over, it put in a lower high. So it's on a nice downtrend. But this happened to be the lowest low for a while. Once it hit midday, it kind of went into more of a sideways price action. You'll see, it kind of consolidated and actually uptrended and retested that red green area. It's not uncommon for on the first red day for stocks that go red on the day, deep red on the day, to come back midday and bounce and even break out sometimes. So I was watching it closely, at this red green area, and 190 was really key for me. Um, Definitely, the tip of this wick was is what I was really looking for it to not break out over, or I would have cut the trade. So it spiked up over there and came back down, and it was basically protecting 175 all late afternoon. Kind of trended and kind of bounced up some more and just was going sideways. So let me zoom out a bit for you. So it was going sideways until the end of the day. Right at after the market closed, about 10 minutes into it, or into after hours, it cracked under that 170 area, and went all the way down to make even lower lows, even past that 165 area. So that intraday support basically got broken in like 10 minutes after hours. So it kind of went sideways from there, and it cracked down under that 150 area, and that was really my target. So whenever I'm shorting or buying whatever, I always use whole dollars and half dollars as potential target areas. So if I'm shorting, I want to see a crack just under the half dollar or under the whole dollar. If I'm buying, I want to see it pop over the whole dollar or half dollar. So this one happened to crack under that 150 area, that half dollar level, and I covered once I seen some big bids at 143. So all in all, this was a pretty solid trade for me. I wanted to hold it overnight, but it was 23% right here on the table. You know, you got to take that. There's no ifs ands about that. Can't be greedy. Got to take those profits. So this was the mark first red day trade. It's pretty straightforward, just like any other first red day trade, minus some nuances here and there, but the overall trend and overall pattern remains the same. So if you have any questions, you can get with me. Ace Boogie 2488, and I am out.